So, summer 2012, I decided to invite 5 friends down my shore house. Ben, Olivia, Daniel, Caitlin, and my cousin Lindsay. Basically to just live down here and film it.
When I first got to the shore house, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know a single person, and I haven't spoke to John or Lindsay in like 8 years. I met a really, really great group of people, and I met a really great guy at the time.
First time I'm down here, I'm so excited. I want to see what's in store for me. I'm pretty, interested to see what would happen. And then the rest of them showed up, and unfortunately, Danny came too. John asked me to come down to the Jersey Shore 3 years ago, and I was convinced we were doing a parody or a video where I had to act as JWoww. I had no idea that this was actually a thing where I had to be myself. It was very strange.
So I came down to the house and I saw that Ben was there. I saw that Caitlin was there. And then I saw this other girl was there, Olivia, who I didn't really know what to think at first. I kind of stalked her on Facebook before I went down. And she seemed cute. I didn't know what to expect because she was one of the only people I didn't really know.
When Daniel first walked in, he started talking about his chapstick, and he had 3 things of luggage. Like, where are you going?
I have chapstick on me like all times.
Do you cuddle with it at night?
What did you take?
You have a
What did you take?
suitcase?
Yeah, is that
I have a duffel bag.
Well, that's cute. I have a...
I'm not sure I feel about him yet. Because he was kind of weird, to be honest, because his first thing was, let me talk about my chapstick. And Caitlin was like, do you cuddle with it? He was like, no. And I was like, well, probably do.
So, the first summer down here, I met a lot of new people, and I knew some of them, and that was great. I found out that Danny's a Caitlin's our mom, Lindsay is a princess, John is the wizard, and who else is there? Olivia is my bro.
I really didn't know what to expect the first summer, because this was a group of people that weren't really friends all together. Like, I was the only mutual friend that they all had, so that was interesting, like to see people become friends with one another.
So I met John's cousin Lindsay, and she's a beautiful woman.
When I think of Ben hitting on me in season 1, it's just so funny because in that moment it was so uncomfortable and awkward, and I went from the mentality of, let me act in this parody, let me hang out with my cousin, to some creep who's 3 years younger than me is hitting on me with his hairy chest, and I could not be bothered. But it's hilarious looking back now because I love Ben.
To be fair, I came on a little strong, but she completely blew it out of proportion.
So Ben's trying to hook up with Lindsay, and it's just not happening. I don't think I've ever witnessed a hug more awkward than that one.
I got acquainted with the group, and Ben kept talking about Lindsay all day, but we all know he couldn't close. So I decided that I would make my move and I'd take Olivia off at night, and we went to hang out, and we actually had a really nice time talking, and we got to know each other a little better, and we ended up hooking up.
Me and Danny, we hooked up, and I was really vibing him, and he was vibing me, we were vibing each other, and it was really good. And I thought he was really cool, and he was down to earth, and I was like, you know what, I can trust this guy. Like, I was single for a while before I met him because I didn't want to do anything, like I just wanted to focus on myself, and he changed that for me.
So then she hooks up with one of the guys in the house, and honestly at that time it was probably the only guy that I thought Danny was a little bit cute. Well, you know what I mean, not that I was gonna do anything, but I could say he's cute, and I don't know what's coming out wrong, but you know what I mean. And I was just like, okay, that's a thing. I guess it's like an experience, a weekend hookup, but no. If only.
Next day, drama, because someone couldn't keep their mouth shut.
Because last night at it was around 5:15. Yeah.
He told you what happened. He's getting it. He's getting my wrath. So clear.
So the next morning I woke up and I didn't expect anybody to know what had happened except for Ben, because I told him, because I thought, we were gonna have a friendship. And that was just a complete betrayal of trust right off the bat. I mean, I probably shouldn't have said anything to him, especially without knowing, you know, if I could trust him or not. But in the end, he ended up being a little snitch.
Danny pissed me off because he couldn't keep his mouth shut about something that I thought was personal between him and I, and then he pissed Caitlin off because he decided to peck mints at Caitlin.
Ah! Danny, that was one step too far. Seriously. Oh, shut the f and grow up. And I'm actually serious now. I don't give a shit.
Everything you do is complain.
No! Shut up! No one gives a I can't even talk about this anymore. So this decided to throw mints at me for being, he's such a baby. There was absolutely no reason. He hurt me, I retaliated, and he couldn't handle it. He was acting like such a baby that Ben, who is the youngest in the house, couldn't even handle it, and he decided to leave, pack his bags, and he was gone.
Honestly, I see no reason to stay in a house with someone that I dislike that much. Like, it got to a point where I was like, I'm leaving. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. So Olivia, his own, like, girl, called me because she was like, he's being a and was like, we really want you back. So I came back and, like, immediately, like, it escalated.
Going to Six Flags for the first time was kind of like the predecessor of going to Disney World, and we probably should have known then that Disney was not the right choice for us later, because we were fighting on like what rides to go on, and that like if we couldn't get along there, we obviously weren't going to get along at Disney World. Like,
Olivia and Danny were at Seaside walking ahead of everybody, and I think Danny was like following Olivia, right? Was it everything that Olivia did? It just like he was consumed with her and like the idea of her and like this great passionate love. Like, I understand 3 years later him saying that about her because he's had 3 years to get to know her, but when you first meet someone and you're letting them decide every single move, it's like really weird. It's like, be your own person, my friend.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh yeah! The prank was awesome!
you were in on it!
I know, I was totally in on it. That was awesome. They all, like, I swear to God, they probably their fans. It was the best part of the summer.
The last day at the house, I decided I was going to ask Olivia out so that we can continue talking and become closer and maybe start a relationship together.
And I said yes.
So the end of the first summer, you know, it was an experience to say the least. I had fun, you know. It was like a cool thing to try out. I think that everyone, like, walked away with it with like okay feelings because we're doing it again.
That summer was awesome, but coming back for that Halloween special, I wanted to kill myself because I had Daniel in my car and I was about to pull over and kick him out on the middle of the New Jersey State Parkway.
Have to. Because I have to, Danny. I don't want you in my car. I'll pull over so damn fast and kick you out. Do not test me. I'm not in the mood for it.
Right, Best? Good times.
I don't give a
You shout your information out, sure, we'll shout each other's information out. I'll shout out my own information because I don't give a
I royally messed up. I wasn't faithful. I did something wrong. I slipped up and it was completely my fault. And yeah, he found out the day that we went to Six Flags.
The whole night it was like a freaking wrestling match. It was like round 1 went to Olivia, round 2 went to Daniel, round 3 went to Olivia.
I guess I had to make a decision whether or not I wanted to be with her or bitch and moan about it until I felt better about myself. So I made a choice whether it was right or wrong, and I stayed with her.
So because I was in high school, I couldn't make it to Disney, which was funny because after I watched the second season, I was really glad I didn't go.
So I'm taking them all to Disney, and I'm also getting myself checked out to see if I'm still sane. I invited my friend Jimmy to come with us. None of them know that he's coming, but the boys do know him from high school, so this could be pretty interesting. So, you know, there's this chance that I might have some kind of feelings for James. So, you know, maybe we'll explore them a little, maybe we won't. See what happens.
We're not even in Disney World yet. We're at his house, And me and Danny start fighting.
So of course the first night we started fighting, and that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the time we had on vacation.
It's a little weird coming into the house now because everyone had their own like Jersey relationships and I didn't have that. So I just need to try to make the best impression I can.
So after season 1 we heard about this guy named Jimmy, and you know, we finally meet him in Disney, and day 1 we just put it on the table. We're like, Caitlin, do you like Jimmy? Like, can we just put it out there and get it over and done with? And that just opened up a huge door that we did not want to open.
This has to be the biggest fight in Jersey Shore teen history.
It's my fault. That's why. No, this is always the case, though. That's always the case. No, I'm not gonna stop you.
You're not kidding me. I didn't do anything. They said this was the happiest place on earth. I beg to differ.
Last night in bare feet to get you back in this house. Everyone here was like that, and I came for you.
What did I get myself into? I know Caitlin used to like me, but she has a boyfriend now, and Danny told me that Caitlin's boyfriend gave her a free pass. Despite it being Danny, it feels like it's my fault because of all the screaming.
Finally, I decide stupidly again I should check if I'm sane. I give him a third chance. I just feel like, you know, it wasn't all his fault after I found out what he had to say. So, what the f***? This is really
I told you! That's the thing!
So Danny is getting into a fight with everyone. First Jimmy, Caitlin, Lindsay, me. He made me cry over Instagram. Just because I want to blog about the happiest place on earth, he had to ruin that for me. And he tried to break up with me on the line to Rock and Roller Coaster.
So later that night I did the only humane thing as the man of the relationship, and I took her out to eat to apologize.
I'm just enjoying Disney. Like, let me like be magical and like collect the pins and, you know, hang out with my girl Minnie. Like, these basic caught up. They don't even know how to get turned.
We did leave on a bit of a sour note. And not Daniel and I, but I know that things were still kind of awkward between Caitlin and Jimmy, and I don't know, we'll see how things turn out.
So the trip's over, we're on our way home, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, I'm not sure if I really want to come back. I don't really know if I'm going to keep any of these friendships. It wasn't a good idea inviting Jimmy, so that's that.
All in all, Disney, like the rides were fun. The rides were great. Quality. Everything else, no.
After leaving Disney World, we all are on really rocky terms. I'm not really sure what's going to happen next summer because, as we've said, Daniel is the biggest and he just fights with everyone. I'm thinking next summer, if he doesn't come, it'll be like peaceful for everyone. Like, we'll actually have a good time.
Overall, end of the trip, I just got a free ride to Disney and everyone hates me now. But, I mean, we'll see what happens next. Maybe I'll be invited back, maybe not.
And now for a sneak peek at Jersey Shore Teens Season 3, the final season.
Jimmy and Caitlin are talking, and I don't know if anyone said this, but they hooked up.
I'm not lying because that's what you said.
I never told John to go tell Jimmy to come talk to me.
You just said it.
John, I never said I wanted to talk about it.
I'm done. I really want everyone out.
I guess he feels like since we're in a relationship, he has me and he doesn't have to try anymore.
So everyone knows that I invited someone. Since we're gonna have 4 boys, I think we should have 4 girls.
Pretty sure I heard that Caitlin was engaged. Isn't she engaged though? She told me she was engaged.
Ben's not lying. I remember this. I'm not
Wait,
kidding.
I
can't believe we did this. I can't believe we went to Disney World. Like, I'm really getting emotional right now. Oh, this has meant so much to me.
Oh my God!
Not my fault.
Jersey Shore Teens, the final season. Premieres Thursday, July 17th. Only on youtube.com/JerseyShoreTeens.